and we have another one coming. In fact, just a few weeks ago, I was with another member of the Abrahamic Business Circle, Nermeen Rubin, who is here all the way from Florida, in Africa. And when we looked at today's program, we said this session on humanity, international investments would resonate with all the people here representing members of the NGOs and other sectors, such as Water for Mercy that Nermeen is championing. And so very proud, very excited to hear from Marcus Jukes, who is the president of Humanity International Investments and is here with other members of the team. Marcus is a serial entrepreneur and a trusted business advisor who has founded over a dozen high-growth, high-revenue companies in a 25-year career. And so we're really privileged to have you here, Marcus, to be our closing talk before we go to the next part of the proceedings. Please, over to you.
Thank you very much. So, I'm between you and either drinks or snacks or bathroom breaks. So I'll try to make it quick. Thank everyone for coming. I absolutely love the Abrahamic Business Circle and what we do here. This is an incredible organization. We've only been involved for about 6 months, but we're very excited about it. We want to introduce more people to it. We think that this is a great thing that we're all doing here. So thank you very much for the team who's put it together and for everyone here. Africa, we talked about this last time. I'll just mention a little bit. It is the front edge of everything that's happening in blockchain technology. When you think about Africa, and you think about what's going to happen in Africa over the next 15 to 20 years, you got to look back at China, and so you will see what happened to China over a very short period of time. But the difference here is that everything that happens in Africa is going to be decentralized, and it's happening right now. The good news, or the great news, is that the decentralized GDP of Africa has already begun. The amount of growth from the last meeting we had here in Dubai, in Africa, number of countries that accept crypto, that allow crypto payments, they allow people to send crypto to banks, allow banks to turn cash into crypto, is growing every single day. Every amount of people using crypto in their lives to make money, save money, protect themselves against devaluation of their local currency is growing every day. The next thing that's going to happen is all these systems are going to get connected together, and you're going to see an explosion. And this is what we talked about 5 months ago when we had our last meeting here. For us at the Humanity Investments, we're looking at two things. We are a social entrepreneurship venture, which is all about humanity, really focused on anti-poverty in Africa, in every country in Africa, using blockchain and technology to facilitate our anti-poverty campaign. To do that, the basic program is that we create tasks or jobs. There are 440 million people in extreme poverty in Africa. This is making less than $2 a day. We want to create a platform where people can go on the blockchain. They can do tasks that anybody can do from their mobile phone. We even got some tasks now that people can do from non-internet phones that can only text. So the people can do tasks, and when they complete their tasks, they get paid by us a $2 a day or greater wage, which gets them to lift them out of extreme poverty. That's our main program. To do that, we had to build a lot of technology and use a lot of new technologies. And thank you. And what we're looking at is revolutionizing the global investment landscape, because again, all of this is going to end up as an investment opportunity, like everything else does, right? First is how do people live, how do they survive, and then how they use these tools. Next thing you know, they're building companies on blockchain, they're building other tools on blockchain, and all those become investments for people in this room. The biggest investment, again, we said the biggest opportunity we see is the coming $20 trillion decentralized GDP of Africa. So if you don't take anything away from our conversation, write down decentralized GDP of Africa. You're going to hear it more and more every day, because this is where the new economy in Africa is building. Decentralized, sir, GDP of Africa, decentralized, 20 trillion over the next 15 years, from zero. Well, not zero, it's already started, but from zero a couple years ago. You have the challenges in Africa with these challenges of digital identity, reliable resources, and financial inclusion are all being attacked right now by blockchain solutions. Lots of companies, lots of people attacking these as we are doing the same. Africa's potential. Africa population is booming, 1.4 billion inhabitants, projected to grow to 2.5 billion by 2050. It constitutes $1.7 trillion economy is expected to grow to 20 trillion by 2040. And with better access, better technology, hyper-connected, and one thing it doesn't say here, where it says it's young, educated, Africa has a median age of about 18 and a half. Every other continent on the planet has a median age of 34 or greater. It's the youngest continent by half, and it's going to be the largest continent by half. This is where the future of all of business and opportunities lie in Africa. Our footprint, we have over 300,000 people who have applied to get receive our NFTs, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And we're going to expand that to about 30 million people in Africa over the next 12 months. And a key part of our solution, we talked about this last time, but I'll go over it again, is NFTs. I know you've heard of NFTs for art. We use NFTs for a host of programs around our community. And the most basic one is identity. One of the things that people thought about blockchain, when you originally thought about blockchain, was that blockchain was about being anonymous. We were all going to go on a blockchain. We're going to have a wallet. Nobody was going to know who we are, especially the IRS, and your tax revenue service. But the truth of the matter is, in Africa, being anonymous doesn't help you. Being anonymous means nobody wants to hire you, nobody wants to give you opportunity, nobody wants to give you work. So one of the biggest things you could do to help in Africa and other developing countries is giving people a verified identity in which they can then build a track record of good work, and then they can be hired by anybody on the globe within the global economy. We do that by assigning individuals NFTs, one individual per NFT. So an individual signs up to our platform, they fill out a profile, takes them a couple of minutes. We collect the biometric. The biometric that we collect is palm. We collect palm because face is intrusive. People get a little weird about faces. I get weird about faces. I don't even want to put my face into my Samsung, so I get weird about faces. Also, fingerprints kind of lend people to think of criminality. But the palm, we tested it, everybody's excited about the palm. So when you sign up to get our NFTs, you get the NFT, you fill out a profile, you do a biometric, you provide your national ID, and then we give you an NFT. Now that NFT is your blockchain verified identity. Has a green verified check, and anybody can then interact with you on the basis of your verified identity. You can build a track record on the blockchain based upon your verified identity, and use that to then apply for other jobs, other work globally. But you can always go back to the blockchain, which can't be faked, it can create fraud on it, to say this is the work, this is who I am, and this is the work I've done. And I scan my palm and I can prove it's me. This becomes a huge advantage for people in Africa and soon other developing countries in Central and Latin America that allow them to then enter the global economy. Unique digital identity, blockchain security, portable identity and payments. How many people here have heard of Palm Pay? Palm Pay, Apple's going to do Palm Pay. Well, we're already doing Palm Pay, but we're going to expand our Palm Pay. That means that literally there will be no need for credit cards in our community. You literally, if you got your Palm, you got your credit card, you got your money, you got everything. You move money in our system by Palm. Because of that, you can't hack. You can hack my account all you want to. If you don't have my Palm, you still can't move my money. Palm and blockchain is the solution for Africa for moving money. To facilitate that, well, like I said in a second, authentic records, data control. You control your own data. You have to give access again to anybody that have your data. You have to give access to it. You have to give access to it by scanning your palm. Without scanning your palm, nobody can have access to any of your data. Proofs of ID, efficient verification with the palm, fraud, etc. What is this creating? Now we're creating verified identity, but also then the way for that verified identity to be used in an efficient manner, both in payments, in identity, in all sorts of business and economic transactions. This is why we discussed last time, this is part of what we believe are the rails of the coming $20 trillion decentralized economy of Africa. One of the rails is that you're going to want to know who you're dealing with, and want to have a way to verify very easily, very quickly who you're dealing with and their track record of doing business, good or bad, on the blockchain. Okay, so for us, again, NFTs as identity is the key to what's going to be really built on as the new economy of Africa. And to further that, we issue, because in the humanities system, we don't charge any poor people for anything. So everything that poor people can do in our system, they come, they register, they get their identity, get their NFT, they scan their palm, all that is free. They can do tasks, we never charge, they charge them to do tasks, they get paid for free. We've been working this project in Africa for the last 6 years, starting in Nigeria. And now, by the end of the year, we should be active in every single country in Africa. And with that, the NFTs, the question that most people ask is, how do I get involved? How do I become part of this? How do I make money off of this trend? And what we wanted to do to make sure everything that we did was tied to building the economy for poor people in Africa. So the main way that people get involved is by becoming a sponsor of NFT. So as wealthy Westerners, or wherever we're at, we can sponsor an individual NFT, and when you sponsor an NFT, you get a 4% royalty off of the economic activity of that NFT for lifetime. So make it simple, you sponsor an NFT, we don't get any other money, you sponsor NFT, that NFT creates a second NFT, which is your 4% royalty connected to the first NFT, and now you have a 4% royalty on that economic activity of that NFT for life. We did 2 test programs for selling NFT sponsorships, and we had a really great response, sold out both within under 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. But this is how people participate in the decentralized GDP of Africa, is becoming sponsors of NFTs, and then using that as a business platform for your own business. All the people back at that table, humanity people, raise your hand back there in the back. Humanity people, raise your hand. You can talk to any of the humanity people back there afterwards, doing the cocktail. Everybody humanity people, raise your hand one more time.
I feel like we're going to be singing in a moment.
Any of those people can tell you how you can participate, or how your company can participate, how you can participate for investment, or whatever you want to do to participate in the coming $20 trillion decentralized GDP of Africa. To talk about our NFT sponsorship and programs that we had, there's one specific program we have. I want to bring Claudia Pinto up. She's the head of philanthropy for MBM, MAKTOUM Investments, and she's also our partner here at Humanity International Investments. Claudia, it's you. Do I have to give you my mic? You have your mic?
Thank you.
Let's switch to you.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. So good afternoon. I think my voice is okay like that because my tone it's high. Okay. I'm Claudia Pinto, so I'm a head of philanthropy and sustainability advisor. Hi, how are you? From MAKTOUM Investments, and I'm a board advisor with a high honor from Humanity with Mr. Marcos and all that beautiful team, Mr. Ali, Mr. Arnaud, Mr. Joel, Mr. Jamal. The Empower Women, so we engage through the philanthropy and the social entrepreneurship. We have a way of, as a women, we have always the way to empower the society, okay? Not because we are better than men, but because if we help the men, they can do better. Okay, so together, the unity will make it better. So between philanthropy and social entrepreneurship, we can sponsor NFTs. So on the moment we have a platform to sponsor the NFTs, we sponsor people have no money to eat, okay? So on the moment we do that, and the platform for empower the women and to sponsor the NFTs, it's a platform pass through me and through the companies Humanity International Investments. I have with me a beautiful lady. I won't call her here. It's not on the program to call her here, but I want she stay here. Yes. And I would like she give a few words about the beautiful work she do as she will join forces with humanity, and she will join forces on the program, the Empower Women for the World, for the society, without religion, without races. So, because truly together we are stronger. So.
Wow. Thank you, Claudia. Oh, I'm loud. Okay. Okay, I'll talk this way. My name is Nermeen, and I founded Water for Mercy. And thank you, Claudia, for this beautiful introduction, because we are going to be hopefully working together, because as you could tell with my chest, this is the big heart, and truly God touched my heart. And that is why I founded Water for Mercy. And now I say his love is flowing as clean water to make dry Africa green. And in the United States, green equates to money. So when I saw how much green is to be made with this, and it all started with water, and people need water, because in Africa, I love what you guys are doing, but you're taking it back. It's deplorable that in 2023, there are people dying of thirst, and there are people that are drinking water that is a worse color than my jacket or my skirt, that is not fit for human consumption. So we bring in water first. However, if you only stop at water, you'll never thrive. So we also bring in agriculture, and I have the best world-renowned organizations who happen to be from Israel. Wow. Okay, so we bring in the technology, so we empower women, children, and once you bring in water, food, wow, then you have hope, and then that's where the green comes, because not only do we grow food to eat the rainbow, and you're drinking all these beautiful nutrients of food, now you're making gazunta crops. So instead of 20 tomatoes that are in a plant, they're now yielding 120 tomatoes. You don't have to have an MBA like me to figure out the math. That's a lot of green to be made. So when I was invited in London to present our project, that yes, we bring in water and food, and they're philanthropic. However, now we've set up business opportunities so that you can do very well financially by doing good. So Claudia, thank you for this, and
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And as the ruler of this country mentioned, and the last time I stayed with him, it's we have to help to unlock the potential of the women's, because women's are not less than miracles. Thank you so much.